Hello, friends. Megan Thomas here, and we are going to take a look at a website together. I am planning to do better, do more video work. It honestly doesn't matter at this point because I'm not going to set goals that I'm not going to actually achieve. We know how that goes. It is a new year, but we're not doing the new year, new you thing. My goal is to just bring you some real world accessibility experience and take a look at some websites together. I'm going to get better at this, but I've been out of it for like 4 months. I took 2 months off for surgery recovery, and then I took the holidays off, and now we're here. And I'm like, what is this computer thing again? What is happening? So I literally just pulled up a random website. I went to Google Maps. I said, with dentist. The reason I chose dentist to look at is because they are a medical company. They are required to adhere to the ADA, and they are required to adhere to certain levels of accessibility because of being in the medical field. Also because, well, everyone uses the dentist, literally from 4 on till you die. So literally you have all of your customers are absolutely any age, although like we don't have a lot of 4-year-olds using the internet, thankfully. Please don't. It doesn't matter how old the person is. It doesn't matter if they have disabilities. It doesn't matter what their stage of life is. They need to be able to access the information on a dentist's website. So I wanted to take a look at one with you today. Please know this is for educational purposes only. This is not me pointing fingers. We're hoping that we don't actually find any issues on the website at all. But let's be real, if you've seen any of my other videos, like we find accessibility issues on almost every website. It doesn't matter how perfect they are. So we're looking at this one. The first thing that comes to mind for me is the fact that it is moving images really, really quickly. I appreciate that we are not adding too much text onto the screen while these images change. I love that these look like real people that I might actually run into in Portland, but it is a little too quick. So already one of the accessibility issues that I see is that this might be incredibly distracting and difficult for people to perceive and process information because it's moving quickly. The words that are flashing up are not actually a helpful headline for this website. And honestly, I'm going to tell you my ADHD is also getting triggered today. So I'm like, what's happening here? I love that we've got really good contrast in our navigation up here. We've got home, our practice services, new patients. Oh, okay, hover. I hadn't clicked on it yet. So our practice services. Oh, it's nice to see there's a little indication of what I'm hovering over. Really good contrast between that back shape, that dark green shape behind the white text. I appreciate that. And it's a really simple navigation. It's easy to process. I'm actually genuinely curious what platform we're on. A lot of the dentist websites that I've taken a look at, oh my gosh, isn't that easier to see without something flashing behind there? What I typically see is that there are a number of small organizations that specifically target medical companies, medical practices, and often just dental practices. So if I scroll down to the bottom of the page, I might see, okay, legwork. So happiness delivered by legwork is not super helpful, but what I do love that I see is that there is a privacy policy and then there is an accessibility statement. I'm going to right click and open that in a new tab, and we're going to take a look at that in a minute. The next thing I want to take a look at, even though I have scrolled down, I'm going to refresh my page. I'm going to press tab. Great. We see skip to main content. The look of that actually implies to me that there is a particular platform that we're on. Let's take a look. Great. And it does drop us all the way back down to, well, mostly, there we go. I would assume that it would drop me maybe where that welcome to PDX dental care is, and it actually looked like it kind of dropped us down to our team with the guidance of. So maybe that's where it was, but it skipped that first title. And this would ideally be, since I can see that those pieces of tech, those actually aren't embedded in the image, which is good. What I would like to see is that one of these is going to be, I hope, an H1, the most important heading on the page. Let me right click and inspect. That's the H1. Then in that case, what's this one? Hopefully it's H2. Okay, that's actually a win. So typically when we see the text at the top of the page, especially on that hero image or that hero gallery, what is it called? Man, it has been a minute since we've been online. Scrolling words are failing. Doesn't matter. When we see these images, the word's going to come to me in the middle of my next sentence. Don't worry. We typically see that headline there, but it's not. And that's great. Welcome to PDX Dental Care is perfect. That H1 tells me, let me go back to that, make sure you see that's an H1. That tells the browser, hey, this is PDX Dental Care, and it aligns with the information that we see here in the tab of the browser, which is the page title and the information that we expect to see up there that is communicating to the search engine what people should expect to see when they land on this page. I would consider maybe not using full width text here on the page. This is just an exceptionally long string of text, and it's really difficult for the eye to follow when you've got maybe some cognitive or neurological issues. We start to get lost on the page. And since there's a little hint of a pattern, a faint pattern behind this text, I think it would just be a little bit easier if we made that a little smaller. The problem that we run into with the size of screens is that designers of websites are like, I gotta fill all this space. And then we're like, we feel awkward. Maybe we should put a picture over there. It's okay not to take up the whole space. It's okay to leave that side over there blank a little bit. It's perfectly fine to bring in the margins a little bit, especially when we're looking at text. So that would be ideal. The next thing I want to do, since I've already, again, let me refresh this page. I want to tab through here. I didn't want to skip to main content this time. Enable accessibility for visually impaired. All right, now we know we've definitely got that skip to content is actually baked into, I think the user way is, well, that's not what I intended to do. Excuse you. User way. Yeah, that's what I thought. I knew I recognized you from somewhere. That's fine. So the user way widget is offering that skip to content ability, which is helpful. But remember these overlays. What if that overlay API is broken? Do you still have a skip to content button for people? All right, now I've just kind of gotten lost somewhere. I don't actually know where I am. I might in fact be on that little widget in the bottom left corner, but I also might not be. What I expected was to for the focus indicator to appear over on the navigation. And I press tab again and I don't see anything. I don't think I have a focus indicator, but in the bottom left-hand corner, right under my picture, you can see pdxdentalcare.com/index.html. So allegedly that's focused on the home link, but we're not sure because we can't see where we are on the page. If we're only able to use our keyboard to navigate, then that's not helpful because now I don't know where I am. Our practice. Okay, I'm over on the our practice and now I see all services and cleaning and prevention. I'm not able to see any of my navigation. I can't tell where I am on the page. So if I am a vision impaired user, I can't navigate this, even though I'm using my keyboard, which is my default navigation. It's also not automatically dropping down my options for services and for our practice. So allegedly, nope. Yeah, I guess. I'm not seeing, no, when I press the arrow key, I press to the right, it's actually changing that image for me. It's allowing me to navigate through carousel. I knew the word would come to me. The carousel of images here at the top, but it's not actually allowing me to navigate to what I expect to see, which is family dentistry, to anywhere else on the website. So that's incredibly frustrating. Let me see if I can do it on a non-typical, nope. All right, so essentially we found our major accessibility issue here on the page. This is, I'm gonna walk away from this now. We're gonna call this video good. Also, I've got a call coming up in a few minutes. I really just wanted to get back in the practice of making videos for you. Yeah, it feels like this website needs a little touch of accessibility. And notice how even though they've got that accessible, that user way accessibility widget, that overlay that is injecting code into the website and saying, hey, we're making your website accessible, we have default problems that can't be fixed by adding a widget to your website. This is actually somebody that I would consider reaching out to as a client to say, hey, these are some website accessibility maintenance tasks that plugin is not going to help prevent you from having a lawsuit for website accessibility. We need to add some focus indicators, and that, y'all, that's some CSS. So hopefully this is helpful. I did want to go and check and see what their accessibility, userway accessibility widget, enabling the accessibility menu, Social Security Administration, interesting, for optimizing your computer and browser. Let's make it your problem, user, for making sure that you can interact with websites. You can use your computer to read web pages out loud, except you didn't link to that. This is interesting, has been updated 2018, but honestly, I think we've got some improvements that we could make. And then, of course, let me go here and because you know I love this, let's do our color contrast. I don't think that button down here for request appointment is going to be helpful. Our foreground is this very, very skinny text over here. And then we got a light pink back here. That is 3.62. It should be more than 3:1, but it's actually, no, actually just kidding. 3:1 is for large text, 4.5:1 for text that is this small. Yeah, it looks like we've got some accessibility issues. So, hey, maybe this is a potential opportunity, and hopefully you see how you could also reach out to a potential client with nothing more than 5 minutes of saying, hey, you've got some accessibility issues here. I'm not trying to charge you to rebuild your entire website. I just want to fix the things that might get you sued. All right, hopefully this is helpful. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch my video, and welcome to 2026. We're going to do some more of this accessibility evaluation stuff. We'll keep it simple. All right, have a fantastic rest of your day. I'll see you soon. Bye.